Hello and welcome to the channel. Today's video is gonna be a short one. I'm just gonna give one tip to everyone that is into competitive exams. But before we begin, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe and support. It's an educational channel which I know many of you find it uninteresting, but this is my way of giving back to the community. Anyways, let's get back to the subject. A lot of exams these days, not just a lot, I would say all the exams, state or central, always have reasoning questions. These are also called logical reasoning or general intelligence. It's a necessary part of recruitment because who wants to employ someone who doesn't think logically? Or in other words, who doesn't have the capacity to understand pattern in order to come to a logical conclusion, right? So I'm gonna give you one tip relating to exams that have reasoning questions, and that will help you go a long way. Whenever I sit for an exam that has logical reasoning questions, the first thing I do before the exam starts is I write this in rough paper being provided. Alphabets from A to Z and numbers from 1 to 26 on the top and 26 to 1 at the bottom. For example, A is both 1 and 26 and B is both 2 and 25 and so on and so forth. So this is basically for coding and decoding. Now this won't solve all your reasoning questions, but in an exam where reasoning has a lot of weightage like CGL, CHSL, SCIO2, SPI, IBPS, you'll most definitely find a good amount of these questions. Now you can't afford to skip these questions because you see, maths and reasoning are the only two subjects since childhood, right, that have guaranteed full marks if you do it right. So personally, I try to never skip maths and reasoning questions that are in my capacity. So coding and decoding questions are sure win. It will 100% fetch you marks. But the only catch is it will consume a lot of your time. So if you get a table like this ready beforehand, you'll save a lot of time. Now you may be wondering, what if we don't have rough papers or just have the question papers which we cannot write anything on? Then there's one more tip. Memorize this word, EJOTY. E-J-O-T-Y. If you look at their numerical placings, E is in 5, J is in 10, O is in 15, T is in 20, and Y is in 25. So if you get a coding and decoding question and you want to know the placing for the letter K, for example, then you can easily know that K is next to J. That means if J is at 10, then K must be 11. And it's like that for all the letters. And if you have to find their reverse number placings, then for example, for the letter K, you know that it's in 11, right? So in your mind, just think 26 minus 11 plus 1 is equal to 16, and that's your answer. That may be a little confusing to people. 26 is the number of alphabets that is present. 11 is the normal position of K. We added 1 at the end because K was part of 11, and it shouldn't have been deducted. So we added 1 at the end, and the answer is 16. So that's the reverse number placing of K, and it works for all other alphabets. Some of you might find it hard to comprehend. I understand. It has its limitations, but like I said, write the table down, that's the best. And if you think you can't write the table down before the exam, then put a lot of homework in EJOTY technique. So that is it guys, I hope you have learned something from today's video. Thanks for joining in and I'll see you in the next video.